Hey, hope you guys are having a great day and had a great Thanksgiving as well. Um, Today we're going to be talking about teen drug addictions and teen substance use. Okay, so let's start off with our statistics we have. 75% of students have tried addictive substances such as nicotine, marijuana, alcohol, cocaine, you name it, while 46% currently use addictive substances, while the other 12% meet the clinical criteria for beginning a drug addiction path. I say this to say, I would love to see a change in our youth and do not want to see the ones I care about the most, like friends, family, and classmates, fall into drug addictions. So to kick things off, growing up, I was always told that there's a reason why for everything. So I always ask myself, why and what is the reason behind people's actions? I witnessed so many people in my life do drugs and get addicted to them. And I'm pretty sure you have witnessed the same things or heard about them. With that being said, I have 3 questions pertaining to why the ones we know, fall into drugs. First question I wonder is, why do people resort to drugs? Second question I have is, why do people rebel treatment and rehab? And the last question I have is, why shouldn't we do them? I know that's an easy response, but we're going to talk about it. I will be sharing my thoughts on all these questions, beginning with, why do teens resort to drugs? Let's talk about the problem victims face today. For instance, we all have circumstances such as our parents getting divorced, moving, beginning a new school, dealing with unusual hormones and puberty. To really break down what I'm trying to say is that typically drugs are ways to ease people pain and anxiety for the hurt and certain loneliness that they feel. Another reason teens resort to drugs is the people they are surrounded with. This all comes from the perception that alcohol or drug use is accepted and can act as a form of peer pressure. Also, teens may deliberately choose to use drugs to fit in and avoid rejection. Or peer pressure may also be viewed as a nice thing to slowly normalize drugs and make it seem less threatening. This is something social media is real good at, with grabbing in the youth and causing them to do things like this. To add on to what I'm telling you already, the people teens witness do drugs can cause real high usage. Now let's talk about why it's hard for people to get the proper treatment. I've learned and heard and talked to so many people that like people in my family who have recovered from drugs, and what was the most difficult part for them to basically, go through and get detox. You will be amazed by the number of responses that I got and the reasons why. So, to begin with, addicts don't think they have a problem sometimes. They don't realize it. They feel as if they do not need the treatment. So the lack of identifying their problem is an issue. Also, the people that are not ready to stop is another issue. So people feel like it's not the right time for them to stop, or they'll bring up the expenses on how expensive treatment is, or they argue about negative effects treatment will have on jobs or school, or some people just don't really know where to go to get help. To add on, one of the biggest things I found out is they can feel vulnerable, meaning as caring people, we should be cautious to what we say to those in need. One of the biggest issues my auntie had with drug addiction is people bringing up Christianity in the Bible. We are doing them a disservice because we are running them away from Christianity and putting them in deeper shells. So be careful with what you speak to the people that you care about. And also, it can make people feel like you think that you're better than them or more superior than them. To top things off, I want to talk about the most important question. Why shouldn't teens do drugs overall? We can establish how many ill effects that drugs can have on us. For example, there are countless disadvantages and consequences of using drugs, such as multiple behavioral problems, paranoia, aggressiveness, hallucination, impaired judgment, loss of self-esteem, self-control. And if that doesn't make you want to stay away from drugs, what about the thought of your child or the future kids falling into it? Or you get so addicted to it that your body can't go without it and it just shuts down. And then it's just too late for you to, clean yourself. Or what about death? However, I'm not here to scare you, but I would love to prevent anyone I could from falling into substance abuse, especially as teens, because our futures are so bright and we have many who depend on us, like family, friends, just basically those around us. So let's remember our why and not allow our problems to basically overwhelm us by getting, addicted to drugs so early. So get the help early, or if someone has already fell into those things, let's encourage them the best way as possible to get help without running them away and putting them into a deeper shell. Lastly, let's remember that the effects of substance use is not good on us. Drugs are not cool. Thanks, and have a nice day.